Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following MLB matches that is happening on Tuesday, August 15, 2023. We will be providing our team, total and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. Detroit Tigers vs Minnesota Twins. Take Minnesota Twins minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. They sold at the deadline, but the division was still alive for the Tigers when August began. Alas, a 6-6 start has cost them ground, even with a 3-1 record against a team they're chasing. Detroit's struggles can be traced back to its offense, which is 29th in runs per game. The Tigers are among the 4 worst teams in batting average, OBP, and slugging percentage. It doesn't help that they are 27th in stolen bases either. Detroit crowds don't get to roar often with the Tigers at the plate. Detroit's pitching hasn't been great, especially not after trading away Michael Lorenzen. However, the Tigers' arms have kept them competitive, especially against the Twins, who are only scoring 3.6 runs per game against Detroit. Alex Fito will get his second taste of the Twins with this contest. The first one wasn't great, with Fito coughing up 3 runs on 2 homers in 4.2 innings pitched. That was his most recent outing. This will only be his 3rd road start of the year, after allowing 6 runs, 5 earned, during the first 2. Bailey Ober already has a multi-run win under his belt against this year's Tigers team, and now he gets a shot at home where he pitches better. The Tigers' offense is one of MLB's worst, and their home park is hard on hitters. Yet, they have worse offensive numbers on the road this season. That mismatch alone should propel Minnesota to victory, without accounting for the Twins' rematch against a pitcher they took deep twice last week. Homers are how the Twins win, and Target Field should only make that easier to achieve Tuesday. Take the Twins by a few runs. For our total pick takeover. And here is why. It's been a lot tighter than necessary considering the state of the division, but Minnesota is finally starting to create some distance. Their lead is up to 4.5 games now, and the upcoming schedule is relatively soft. Although it isn't to the extent of Detroit's, Minnesota's offensive inconsistencies have limited their success too. The Twins have MLB's highest strikeout rate, a number that makes it difficult to apply consistent pressure on opponents. What Minnesota does very well is hit homers and draw walks. This is a dangerous lineup, but one that's also easily countered. White Sox vs Chicago Cubs. Take Chicago Cubs minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. The White Sox are 22nd or worse in 4 major hitting statistics. Chicago is 22nd in team batting average at .237, 25th in runs scored with 490, 26th in slugging percentage with .385, and 30th or last in on-base percentage at .295. Luis Robert Jr., day-to-day, leads the White Sox in home runs with 31 and RBI with 65. Jake Burger is 2nd in home runs with 25, while Andrew Vaughn is 2nd in RBI with 62. The White Sox have hit 191 doubles, 11 triples and 129 home runs in 119 games. The White Sox are 15th in batting average allowed at .244, 17th in quality starts with only 39, 23rd in whip at 1.38 and 24th in ERA at 4.59. Dylan Cease is the leader in strikeouts with 157. Taiki Toussaint gets the nod on the mound Tuesday. This season the right-hander is 1-5 with an ERA of 4.27 with 47 strikeouts. The Chicago White Sox have lost 4 out of the last 5 overall, and have lost 7 of the last 9 played on the road. The Chicago Cubs have won 14 of their last 20 overall, and 5 of their last 6 played at home. These two met for a short 2-game interleague series on July 25 and 26, with the Cubs winning both, outscoring the White Sox 17-10. Chicago White Sox starting pitcher Taiki Toussaint was hit hard in his last 2 starts, allowing 11 hits and 8 runs in only 10 innings, and the White Sox were defeated in both games. Chicago Cubs starter Kyle Hendricks gave up just 2 runs in 5 innings last time out, and on July 25, the right-hander gave up 3 runs over 6 innings when the Cubs defeated the White Sox 7-3. For our total pick is over. And here is why. Chicago's lineup is in the top 9 of 4 major hitting statistics. The Cubs are 4th in on-base percentage at .332, 5th in runs scored with 597, and 9th in both batting average at .255 and in slugging percentage at .420. Patrick Wisdom is the leader in home runs with 20, while 3 others have hit 18 home runs each. Dansby Swanson is the RBI leader for the Cubs with 60, while Nico Horner and Cody Bellinger are a close second with 59 RBI each. Chicago has hit 192 doubles, 19 triples and 143 home runs in 118 games. Los Angeles Angels vs Texas Rangers. Go with the Texas Rangers to cover the run line as the overall better team in this game. And here is why. The Los Angeles Angels have been one of the best defensive teams in the entire sport, as they are sitting in 5th place in the majors with a .767 ops, while scoring 4.83 runs per game up to this point. This lineup has been doing damage on the road as one of the best road teams, as they are 3rd in MLB. The Angels have a .771 ops, while averaging 4.93 runs in their 60 road games thus far. Designated hitter Shohei Ohtani has been doing extremely well to lead the Angels lineup, as he has a .305, .408, .665 line with 41 home runs, 84 RBI, 91 runs scored, and 17 stolen bases on 21 attempts. Lucas Giolito has been doing poorly this year, according to his baseball saving page, as he is in the 12th percentile in barrel percentage. Giolito has 4 different pitches, with his fastball being thrown 44.4% of the time. He faced the Rangers twice last season and finished 1-0 in 10 innings and allowed 5 runs on 12 hits with 3 walks and 13 strikeouts. Both of these pitchers were both moved during the trade deadline and have made 2 starts with their new teams. Lucas Giolito is 1-1 with an 11.17 ERA and a .289 opposing batting average, while Jordan Montgomery is 1-1 with a 3.00 ERA and a .277 batting average against. During the second half of the season, the Rangers are 10th in the majors with a 4.05 team ERA, while the Angels are all the way down at 22nd in the sport with a 4.77 team ERA. For our total pick, go with over 8.5 runs in this game. And here is why. The Texas Rangers have been a dominant offensive team statistically this season, as they are 2nd in baseball with a .802 team ops, while averaging 5.69 runs per game. At home this year, this Rangers team has been incredible, as they have a .283, .35, 4.505 team slash line and have scored 6.2 runs in their 60 home games so far. Right fielder Adolis Garcia has been stepping up in the batter's box, as he has a .852 ops with 29 home runs, 89 RBIs, 87 runs scored, and 7 steals without being caught. These teams have been doing poorly from their bullpens, as Los Angeles is 21st in the majors with a 4.34 reliever ERA, while Texas is 24th with a 4.54 bullpen ERA up to this point. These offenses since the All-Star break have shown the ability to score runs, as the Angels are averaging 4.71 runs in their last 28 games, while the Rangers are scoring 5.22 in their 27 games since the break. Seattle Mariners vs Kansas City Royals. Take Seattle. And here is why. The Seattle Mariners have built plenty of momentum in recent times, and after Monday's loss, they find themselves sitting just 2 games out of the final wild card spot, but with a 7-3 record in their past 10, they'll look to continue that momentum here. With a solid 8-3 record in their past 11 games played on the road, the Mariners have turned around a less than stellar start to the season, and with a 7-1 record in their past 8 games played against teams under .500, this series is their chance to push for the wild card spot. On the mound, Seattle will turn to rookie Emerson Hancock, who will be making just his 2nd appearance at the big league level, and after handling his debut against the tough San Diego Padres lineup, he's got a chance to keep it going in this one. In that debut, Hancock threw 5 innings while allowing just 2 hits and 1 earned run, and now he gets his first taste of Major League ball on the road, so how he handles it will be very telling. Both of these teams have been playing fantastic baseball over the past few weeks, and while the Royals no doubt have the motivation to play well behind their rising star Bobby Witt and the chance to play spoiler, the Mariners have their eyes on a bigger prize. In their past 10 overall meetings, Seattle have come away with a 6-4 mark, and while the matchup is 3-3 in their past 6 games in Kansas City, the Mariners have been red hot as of late, and with another star rookie taking the mound, they'll bounce back with a big win in this one. For our total pick, take the over. And here is why. The Kansas City Royals expected to be bad in 2023, and while the overall record is nothing to smile about, they haven't backed down in recent times, posting a 4-6 record over their past 10 games. In their past 9 at home, however, the Royals have lost just 1 time, with Bobby Witt stealing the show on a consistent basis, but with a 5-8 record in their past 13 games played against winning teams, they unsurprisingly come into this one as the underdog. On the other hand, Kansas City will look to a veteran in Jordan Lyles, who has struggled in a big way through his first 22 starts on the season, posting a 3-13 record with a 6.13 ERA, but for now, he'll be simply looking to give this team a chance to win every time out. Lyles' last 5 starts have been a rollercoaster too, allowing 17 earned runs in 29.2 innings of work, and now, he's got the unenviable task of taking on the red-hot Mariners lineup. Both of these teams have the ability to shut down opposing teams, but with one of the pitchers taking the mound with an ERA north of 6 and the other making his first career start, as well as the over being 5-4-1 in their past 10 head-to-head games, expect some offensive fireworks here. While the over is just 4-6 in the Mariners' last 10 games, 3 of their past 4 have seen over 9 runs scored, and for the Royals, the over sits at 6-4 in their past 10 games, and after a classic 7-6 game on Monday, these lineups are red hot, and that should continue.